broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Eyes make you realize, Amanda. That's right. A little Boston for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. This is Spotlight On. Spotlight On here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I am your host, James Lott Jr. I love them. They were one of my favorites back in the day. And of course, here on Spotlight On, we take an actor, actress, somebody in the industry, and we spotlight them. So today, I have somebody who's just lovely. I mean, just a lovely person. She is a film, TV, and stage actress. Yes, all three. She does both. She's currently co-starring opposite legend Ed Asner. We're going to talk about him in the indie film Love Meets Hope. And as you guys know, I love the word hope. It's in my Twitter handle, Black Hope LA. She's just a great person. Amanda Markowitz.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thanks for being here. Of course, you can follow us on YouTube, iTunes, on AFTERBUZZ TV. My Twitter handle is Black Hope LA, and that's BLAK Hope LA. And what is your Twitter handle?
It's at Amanda Markowitz.
Very easy.
The film is at Love Meet Hope. No S. No
Follow
S.
both of them. No hopes, just hope.
No meets.
No meets. Yeah, Love Meet Hope. Love Meet Hope. We'll get together. We're gonna talk about the film anyway in detail, so we're gonna know more about that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with that because you worked against Ed Asner. Like, did you know the caliber of who he was?
I did. You know, I really loved growing up watching those shows. Mary Tyler Moore Show, and Laverne and Shirley. Lucy was my biggest idol. So for me, I did know who he was, and I did know a lot about him. So I didn't just know him from, Elf.
Yes, right.
I knew really what he was capable of and what he's done.
And so when you first met him, how was that meeting?
That's a great question. He has a really funny sense of humor, and he's sharp, super sharp.
Ooh,
he cracks a lot of jokes. So when I met him, he definitely knew how to relax everybody, and everyone wasn't freaking out that he was on set.
Well, he's a legend. He's done this for a long time. I'm sure. I get the feeling he's kind of just one of those guys who's a workhorse. Like, he just comes in to do the work.
Yeah, he had a lot of lines, a lot of dialogue, and he came in like such a pro, ready to go day one, and did incredibly. It was amazing to watch him. Yeah, he's there to work, but he also has fun, which is what it should be.
Right.
So,
because maybe people don't know this, because I tried acting for a minute. I did do House.
Find you? Where can we find you?
I did host season 4, episode 4. I love me some Hugh Laurie. Hi, Hugh Laurie. But what's funny is people don't realize sometimes you're on set for long periods of time.
Yeah,
hours,
just a little bit.
Yeah, it could be 17 hours, whatever.
That happens.
Yes, and so you have to kind of find a way to kind of keep your mind sane and go through that. So I guess Ed knows that stuff, obviously.
Absolutely, he definitely knows that. That's for sure.
For a long time. So I mean, that wasn't your first film. Obviously, you've done other stuff, which we'll talk about later. But the film just won an award.
It did.
Can you tell me what it won?
Yeah, we won Best Dramatic Film at the Hollywood Reel Independent Film Festival. We just got our award Friday, and we screened there on Saturday. So,
wow, how was it? How was the screening?
Amazing. It went so well. I couldn't have asked for it to have gone better. Wow. A lot of people showed up. We sold out the theater.
Wow, good.
And the reactions were great. A lot of laughter, tears, everything you could want.
Yeah. Now, tell people what the film is about, so they have an idea what it's about.
It is about. Should I do like the log line first? And then
yes,
get into it?
Do it. Do it, girl. Do it.
Sound real. Let's see if I can do this. Sound real professional here. All right. A jaded man and a doe-eyed girl learn about the realities of love through a grandfather's love stories.
Oh.
So, it is about a man who is at his grandmother's wake, and he finds a book called Love Meet Hope.
Okay.
And he opens the book, and it dives into the world of the book. And it is a series of love stories that his grandfather had written for his grandmother every day of their life, different ways in which they had met. So he envisions himself as his grandfather and a girl that he met at a cafe that he frequents as his grandmother. And coincidentally, they're at the same event, and
Oh wow,
it's very romantic.
So, but it's also a dramatic thing.
Yeah.
So where did the drama kind of come in?
The drama comes in because this man has a tough history. I don't want to give anything
Okay,
really
don't give too
away.
much
He has
away,
a tough
but-
history because his heart has been hardened, and he's closed himself off to love. And you find out why that is, and that's upsetting. But it's also all takes place at a funeral or a wake. So there's the emotion there. But what I love about it is that they're celebrating her life. They're not, and which is what it should be always. They're not. Ed's character, his whole persona is talking about he wants to celebrate her, not cry over her loss. She's probably watching, just so happy seeing everyone at her wake celebrating her.
Yeah.
So it's a little good lesson right there.
What did you take away from the movie? Because you were in it and you saw what's one lesson you took away?
So much. I think for me, everybody really was there because they believed in the film, they believed in the story, they believed in the actors, the crew, everybody. So for me, I just really learned how important every single person is.
Wow.
We had a cast and crew of, I would say, 80 or 100 people, and this is a smaller production, and everyone was doing it because they loved it. And you could feel that. And it was beautiful to be on a set like that. And sometimes people say, who do you think is the most important person on a set? And it's every single person. I grew up, my family owns a deli, and I grew up, and my dad always told us, the busboy is as important as the owner. And that's how I've lived my life. It doesn't matter. There's no small people. There's no bottom of the totem pole. No. You can't have a totem pole without the bottom anyway.
True.
So everybody plays a part, and everybody is as important as the next person. So that is what I really took away from it.
That's a good lesson too.
Yeah.
Just in life in general. I mean, like that. Things do start from the top, but you have people that you have a great support staff. Then
absolutely.
It falls apart if you don't have it.
And I'm grateful for my hair and makeup team.
Please mention them.
Yeah,
please.
Truly, they're phenomenal. There's a lot of fantasy sequences in the film. I mean, they turned me into a fox.
Oh wow.
Turned me into a mermaid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to see this film.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. And how long was the shoot?
That's a good question because the shoot actually took about a year and a half.
Oh my God.
Because we were shooting 2 or 3 days at a time.
Okay.
Because it was hard to ask people to take 30 days to come do the film when they were mainly doing it for the love of the film.
Okay.
And so it just happened to be, we had such a big cast and crew that to get everybody straight for 30 days was
it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And we did it that way, but it was a really cool experience to do it that way. And we all became
folks, it's not normal.
No, it's not normal at all. No. And we really became such a family because it was such a long period of time.
Oh yeah.
That when we wrapped, I was so emotional because I just wanted it to go on forever, and I wanted to stay with the same people every single day.
And I'm sure, and of course, within a year, things change, life goes on, things change. You come back together, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm married now, or I'm engaged, or I have a child, or, I hurt myself, or, whatever.
But it's kind of like old friends. You don't see each other for a while, and when you get back together, it's like nothing's changed and no time has passed. That's on a set, you become such a family. And you really just make such special relationships. So I'm so grateful for that.
So how was the schedule? How did you find out the schedule? I mean, how did you work it into your life?
Well, I actually am part of the production team. So I'm the co-creator. So
there you have it, kids. Okay, yes. Okay.
So that's an interesting story.
Yeah, please tell.
It started, I met my production partner, Bradley Fowler. Hi, Brad. He came to my acting class as a guest, and I got to work with him for a couple minutes.
Okay.
And I was so blown away by how great of an actor he was that I just didn't want that to be the only time I worked with him.
Yeah.
And like a crazy person, I went running down the street. The stairs too, there were stairs. I went running down the stairs, then into the street.
Yeah.
I went running down the street after him, screaming his name, like he's probably like, who's this girl?
Yeah.
And I said, I know nothing about you. All I know is I have to work with you. And in LA, sometimes people don't follow up and nothing ever really happens.
That's very true.
But he followed up, and we went to a Starbucks. Thank you, Starbucks.
Hi, Starbucks.
Hi.
It's an office. It's an office.
We went to Starbucks, and we started talking about what we wanted to do. And as people, the type of message we want to send out there into the world, because as filmmakers and as actors, we get to put messages out there into the world, and we wanted it to be something that instilled hope within people and something that people left feeling good about and was realistic and grounded, but still made people believe in love and believe and be hopeful about life in general. And so we sat down, we decided to do a web series.
Okay.
And we had this idea, and then we started to shoot, and we went, I hate to say this, but I think this is better as a film.
Interesting.
And I said, are we going to do this? Yeah, we're going to do this.
Well, let's stop right there. How did you make the decision of taking it out of being a continuing drama and making it into just a singular film? What made you think that?
So what we were doing as a series was these different chapters of a book.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And because as actors, we wanted to play different types of roles, and we were doing different chapters of a book, and then I said, I just think this would be so, we both agreed it would be beautiful to be told as a story with the book within the film. And yeah, we decided to do it, and it grew into something bigger than I could have imagined. We wrote the character, Ed's character, after Ed, hoping he would do it.
Yeah, I was like, how'd you get secure him?
Yeah, we really, I truly believe everything just snowballed so beautifully, and I'm really grateful. I think if you work hard and you set your mind to something, it will come back. You put the energy out there, it comes back to you. And we really were like, let's just write it for him. Let's just see. And then we sent the script, and we got in touch with his manager, and he liked the script.
Wow.
I know. And I think it's because he tends to play either Santa Claus or this curmudgeon type of old angry man.
Yeah.
And that's not who he is in this film. And so I think as an actor, he was probably interested in,
hey, that's different. It's something different.
Yeah. So I think that the role intrigued him. So he said yes. And then we got Peter Mackenzie on board, who just did Trumbo. He's on Blackish.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal
he's
in everything he does.
Yes,
so he's great in this film. And I got to work with him too. And things like that just kept happening.
Doing this project, I mean, so what kind of advice do you have people who are like, I'm creating a web show, or I'm creating and I kind of want certain actors? I mean, what's kind of the advice do you give people to say, like, just stay open and?
Yeah, I mean, I think you obviously want to be realistic, but I think you still need to be ambitious because you never know until you ask or until you try. You can't just write it off as a no before you even put it out there and try.
Right.
So just go for it, take a chance and see, because it might come back. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all in this industry, hopefully for the most part, because we're artists and we're creative and we like what we do,
right?
Which is such a blessing itself as a career. So other artists, other actors, there's still people who got into it because they love the craft of acting
and want to work.
Yeah, so they might actually be inspired by your story, and as an actor, as an artist, want to be involved. So
it's funny because we picked a business, and I picked the same business. It's not stable.
That's for sure.
Yes, it's not a stable business at all.
It's true. I actually got a business degree from USC Marshall School of Business.
There you go.
Yeah, I was an actor. I always did theater and everything growing up, and then I went time to go to school. And I went to business school, and everyone was like, what?
Right.
And it kind of shows you what the world does to you, what it does to artists. And I don't know if it's what it is exactly. It's probably a number of things that makes you go, this is an unrealistic career. And it definitely wasn't my parents, because they, and ultimately afterwards, were like, we would have totally supported you if you went to theater school,
funny.
But I put it on myself. And so I went to business school, and I'm grateful for the education. I am my own business, so it definitely it definitely comes into play, and I can't say enough about the education I got. So I'm grateful for that still. And acting is living. So to me, I had life experiences that I get to use in my roles.
Right.
So and I get to bring
the business sense to handle yourself.
Yeah.
Because you are your own business. People don't you are your brand.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
Are what's going on. People forget there's other things that go on monetarily. You got to look out for yourself.
Exactly. So I'm grateful for that opportunity. And I left college. I was recruited by Southern California Edison.
Oh, wow.
To work for their company in this rotational program. And they were great. But, it was this crazy thing. They choose like 9 people out of a couple thousand that apply.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, really? You want me? You sure?
Right, that's so funny. Wow.
And I went and I worked there, and I was there for about a year, and I talked to my boss, and I said, I really want to go back and I want to act again. Wow. And she was so supportive. And the entire company, everyone sent emails saying, go, follow your heart, follow your dreams. We're so proud of you. And it was incredible. So I did that and immediately enrolled in acting school, and then the rest is history.
So at Southern California Edison, that's what I asked. Did you? How was your? How did you have?
Do you have energy questions? Is that what's happening here? Do you need me to read any meters for you?
Get my house really quick.
You know,
and it's like
solar,
read my meter.
do you need solar panels? How can I help you?
Totally, you got me right there. I would say your own bills cut. You get discounts.
No, my own bills.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
no, not at all. That's just.
I actually think I had LADWP.
Oh, you didn't have it. That's so funny. I thought this was like, well, maybe I forget. Certain parts of the city you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
So funny. It's kind of funny. Well, actually, when you worked at that job, because you were that's a regular job.
Yeah.
Like, what did you take from that when you went back into acting? You take anything from that experience when you went back into acting?
I think you have a lot of funny characters.
Okay. Yes,
at
sure.
the office that just happen to be there. Everyone, and honestly, I'm so interested in talking to everybody because everyone has a story.
Yes.
And it's so crazy when you go into and there's like hundreds of people in this building and you're like, that person has a story, that person has a story, that person. And to me, I'm so interested in watching and people watching and seeing.
Yeah.
So I was really, paying attention to everyone and really seeing how they were living, because I can take that as an actor and say, okay, if I was ever to play a role of somebody who comes into work at 5 a.m. every single day, like that's what that person's life is. And so that was interesting for me. And if that makes any sense.
That makes total sense.
I don't know if that makes
sense.
sense.
It totally makes sense, girl. It totally makes sense. What were your hours at it?
You know what? It was like an hour commute there.
Ooh.
So my hours started when I woke up. I usually was there around 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Yeah, it was early. You can't get me to do that. But I will tell you, I will be on set at 7 a.m.
See, there you go.
And so that's, I think, what I realized that I was doing the wrong thing. And nothing bad to say about them. They're a phenomenal company to work for. It's
but
just,
your calling
for
was
me,
acting.
my calling, I realized how my soul wasn't being fed, and I needed. And you live once. And my dad was so supportive.
Oh,
he
great.
said, my dad's an amazing, super positive guy.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Daddy. And he told me that, he asked me, why are you doing it? I said, it's stable and benefits. And he said, those aren't reasons. You live once, and you gotta follow your heart and follow your passion. And I did. So.
But it's scary.
It's so scary. But let me tell you, when I walked out of the building that day and I had no idea what was going to happen with my life, I remember, it's so surreal. It felt like a movie, actually.
Yeah, I love it.
I walked out the doors. It was this beautiful day, and it just felt like I could fly. It felt so free. I have no idea where I'm going, and that's amazing.
Yes.
Not terrifying, yes.
Yeah.
But so amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think you get that a lot in life.
No, I can tell you. I can explain to you really quickly. It's not about me, but
it is.
I guess
You're
it is.
50% of this.
Yes, I am. That's right, Amanda. That's right. But no,
there's my business degree.
I like that. And I have my own business, so I totally like that. No, but I would say for me, I had a similar experience. When I turned 40 years old 7 years ago, I quit my corporate job and where I lived, moved back to LA, and I had just some savings already, but I had no idea what I was going to do next. And I got to LA, and that January of 2009, it was the best weather in Los Angeles. It was just like LA opened her arms and said, "Welcome, James. Come back home to Mama."
Yeah.
And it's I felt. So when you said that, I totally get that. It's like I have no idea what I'm going to do. I was like, well, I guess I'll book something. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it was like I have no idea what I'm going to do. But it felt so free.
It's so freeing. It's so freeing.
Because you're following your heart.
Yeah. And you feel unstoppable.
Yeah.
And
people don't follow their hearts.
No,
follow your hearts.
Really don't.
Right.
And that was a big lesson for me and my family always growing up.
So growing up in a family, so where are you from? Big family, small family?
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles.
Very good.
Yeah,
Hometown girl.
I know. Big family.
Okay.
So my grandparents, all four, are Holocaust survivors.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they know about life. They know about the meaning of life.
They know about the meaning of life.
Everything,
and that was a big part of my upbringing in terms of how to be grateful.
Yes, God, I'm sure.
And tolerance in general of other people, and just being grateful for every little thing, never taking anything for granted.
I'm sure.
So I had luckily, it's crazy, they lost their entire family, but from these four people, they have a huge family, and it's wonderful. I have two sisters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, sisters.
Hi, sisters.
Yes.
And my parents are great. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
And so, it sounded like they were always supportive of whatever you wanted to do.
Always supportive. Yeah. Yeah.
So were you a kid that liked acting also? When you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you were like totally, I'm in. I'm all in. I'm in.
You go back to home videos and I'm like sitting there singing every single second. My poor sisters were like, I was so emotional. They used to be like, save it for the stage. So I always was acting. I'd put on shows in my own room and always acting.
And they're not into acting at all, just you?
Oh, no. My sister, one's an emergency room nurse practitioner, which is important.
Doing God's work.
Yeah, especially when I have any medical question.
Yes.
And yeah, my other sister, we're both such hypochondriacs, so we're so happy she became and though she's in the medical field, so we can bother her all the time.
Spot right here, what does that mean?
Yeah,
yes,
my other sister works in real estate, so it's totally different careers.
Yes.
Yeah, and I will say my family has a deli, and I'm always a little different. I'm a vegetarian. So there you go,
So you don't eat your family's deli then very much.
No, but you know what? It has a lot of vegetarian options.
Very good.
I like tofu's on the menu as an option.
Oh, it is?
It's everything.
Okay.
Yeah. For 14 years, my parents were like, "What? You have a deli? You're supposed to like pastrami and corned beef and not. What are you doing?" So but I couldn't help it.
I'm different.
I couldn't help it. I really liked the show Lamb Chop. With the puppet.
Yeah.
And I went to my friend's house for dinner, and they were eating lamb chop for dinner, and I didn't understand. I was so little, and I went home. I didn't eat it. I went home and I asked my mom about it, and she said, "Yeah, lamb chop is lamb chop." Yeah. She'd explained to me. It was terrifying, and I was like, "Never again. Nope, never again." So I've never tried lamb chop.
Lamb is good.
I know. I'm surrounded by carnivores, so I no judgment. No judgment on anyone else. It's my own decision. But
I like this. Is a great story. I like that though. You also, before I get to that one, let's just do some more about Love Meet Hope. Mm-hmm. So how this? Because you're a co-creator. How did this concept come to you? And your partner, how this kind of germinate? Yeah, we wanted to be able to play a variety of roles as actors. Okay. And so that's where the book kind of came in. That's where the different chapters, and we wanted it to be a love story also. So at the end of each chapter, they meet. And it's kind of like in any universe, in any time, these two people are meant to be together and they will meet. Oh, got it. And so it let us play different characters, and all of them. Like I was saying, I was a mermaid, I was a fox, I was a barbarian princess, I was I fought. There's a crazy stunt scene that I did. Oh, yes, it's really cool. My God. Girl. That was fun to train for. Okay. And so they're all very different. So it let us play a variety of roles as actors, which we might not always get to play. Yeah. So that's how it really started. And then when we decided to turn it into a film, what we did is we brought a lot of elements of our own life into it, and from people who inspired us. Okay. I know Brad has a childhood friend that passed away when he was young, and he, named the character after him and brought a lot of those elements. After my grandparents, there were certain things and lessons that they taught me that we put in there. Every single date in the movie has significance. Fun. Yeah, everything has significance in the movie. There's little things, and most people might not realize it, but we realize it. And it was important for us to have this movie infused with so much love. And I think that it translates. Now, do you want to be a producer? You like producing? I did like it. It's nice, isn't it? And we're starting, I think, again, another next. I know. I'm like, no, don't do it. I love producing. It's a lot of work, but I love producing. It's a lot of work, but yes. I do love it. And listen, no one's going to care about your career more than yourself. So sometimes you can't wait around for someone to come and give you a line in a show. No, you can't. You really can't. You have to be proactive, and I want to act. That's what I want to do. Not because I want to be famous, but because I love the craft of acting. Yeah. And I love, this I think is part of my grandparents' experience. I like giving everybody a voice free of judgment and exploring humanity no matter what their story is. And so for me, producing gives me an opportunity to do that. And I just want to act. So sometimes when you're not getting knocks on your door every day, it's an opportunity to be able to still do what I love. And you do it at the right time, because I interview a lot of people. I love bringing people on the show that are doing web series and doing movies and things, because that's where it's not the future, it's the present. It's now. Absolutely. It's now. And I interviewed a girl recently, Christina Sivas. She does Broken at Love. It's a web series. Yeah, and she's writing a small part for me in the next season. Oh, hey. So I'll be doing that, because I talked myself into a role. And she's great. She's a great girl. But you guys came at the right time. Yeah. It's like you have the opportunity. When I was first starting out, there was no internet. That's kind of a crazy thought. I mean, 20 years ago, there's no internet. Really, like not the kind of internet that's today, where you have YouTube and you have Vimeo, and you have all these things you can actually do stuff.
They had Oregon Trail.
Yeah. I'm all and I had one of the first Mac computers that was the grape one.
Oh god.
Yes, and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of archaic.
But there's something nice about that time too.
Yeah, no,
but yes, the opportunity today is
you
incredible.
Have it today. So you came out at the right time doing this because you can actually self-produce, self-publish. So we're doing it here, self-broadcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So you want to produce again? You're ready to do it again and get in there again?
I'm ready to do it again. Yeah, we have a bunch of screenplays and kind of deciding what the next step is, but there will be more.
Are you thinking, because you don't know yet, obviously, but what's leading your hearts right now? Are you thinking comedy, drama? Because you're really funny. So comedy, drama, period piece. Like, are you just kind of what's leading you so far? Kind of.
I love it all. It's so hard to choose, and I think that everything has elements of all of it. Yes. You know, every drama has comedy. Every comedy has drama.
Yes, that's true.
As long as it has a heart, it has, it's grounded and good writing. Yeah. I'm there, Yeah. I love comedy for sure, but I also love drama as an actor. We like to struggle and cry.
Yeah.
but comedy's fun.
Yeah.
So I like them all. I think that it's just about the story, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a good story, then I'm on board.
You're in. And same partner?
Yeah. He stuck with me. Sorry.
So what is it about him that you guys work really well together?
We're the same person. He's just a male form of me.
How fun.
So I think we really balance each other out. Like my weaknesses are some of his strengths, and his
what are some of your strengths?
I'm really good at grammar.
I'm a two-time spelling champion. I love words. I'm all about words.
No, I'm like crazy when it comes to like work. Like I will stay up all night, work. Like I'm the opposite of a procrastinator. My work ethic is intense. Okay. So I will make it happen. If I want something, I'm incredibly driven to make that happen.
Okay.
So nothing really stops me in that regard.
Yeah.
And I like people, so I think I'm a people person. So in terms of getting people to come on board.
Okay. And what is his strengths?
He's a phenomenal writer and a phenomenal storyteller.
Okay.
And a great actor. And he's also really great at getting people on board. So we make a good team. Make a really great team. Yeah.
Hold on to that because it's tough. You find somebody. I have a friend of mine who we do a couple shows here together. His name's Cameron Lewis, and we're trying to figure out something to do outside of this because we got it.
Yeah.
You guys have the chemistry, obviously, the work chemistry. So it's like you got it. You want to hold on to it and like work with it all the time.
Exactly.
Hold on to that, girl. Hold on to that. Now you also are part of something that I have friends who do stuff with them. iOS.
iOS, yeah.
So
I did all 7 levels there.
Yeah, tell you. So you did also.
That place is fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's so fun there. Yeah, it's really awesome. It's like you get to go and play, and that's what acting is. It's playing. There's a real reason why theater is called a play.
Yes.
Because you're supposed to play. Sometimes we forget that. So yeah, go have fun. It's not so serious all the time.
I like that.
Yeah. So
what'd you take out of that experience? I mean, it's like obviously more improv experience and everything, I'm sure.
Confidence.
Ooh, okay.
Confidence and instinct, because sometimes I doubt my instincts.
Okay.
And I want to say something, but I just don't because I'm scared someone's going to judge me. I'm scared it's not going to be funny. I'm scared. My fear was driving me. And I think what I really took from it was, jump and let the net appear. So
I like that.
Yeah. So just, you know what? A joke might sink. It might not be funny.
It might.
You might have a terrible show.
Right.
But then you might have a great one. And you can't always be perfect.
Right.
So
I always think, whether you have a terrible show or not, you're having a show.
Exactly. I love that.
I mean, because there are a lot of folks out there who are even afraid to get to that point.
That's so true. I love that. I love that mentality.
Because, there's people out there who just don't do it. They're like, I should, I could, maybe. It's like, at least you're doing it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's such a great perspective shift.
Yeah.
I
learned that.
It's a beautiful perspective shift because sometimes you're so hard on yourself and you're like, I'm doing terribly and so I suck at this, and then it's like, but I'm doing it.
Right.
I got myself out there and I'm doing it.
Exactly. My first radio show, I said so 5,100 times. My mom was like, great show, James, but you said so like 8 million times. I'm like, I was like, oh, I did. And it was a good show, but it was kind of like, I did get my so, and I learned that was a good learning experience. I mean, I did a radio show. It's like, it's my own radio show. I did it. Like, that's what I'd be proud of, not the so's.
Yeah. So,
so Amanda.
About that, James.
So maybe I almost said so just now.
I'm not judging.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, I said so.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those things where you have to kind of get yourself. It's like you got the message. Get yourself out of the doubt zone.
Yeah.
When you're doing something.
I say a lot.
Yeah. So
that's mine.
That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just tend to agree with people. Yeah.
But I know people at iOS. I know one of the guys that I do work with. He does on Tuesdays. They do Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. It's just
Yeah,
something.
see?
Yeah. I said yeah too. I'm like yeah. It's hilarious. So you did that for us. So how did iOS come into your life? I mean, how did you learn about it?
I just wanted to do improv, and I researched all the different improv schools, and I liked their program, and the class was a good time for me probably at the time.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
And yeah, I wanted to do it, and I was not going to push it off any longer, and that was the one that worked for me. And
it had 7 levels, so you got all
and I was
levels.
I'm thinking, okay, I'll start with level 1. I just want to do one level. I'll just do one level.
Yeah.
No big deal. 2. I'll just do 2 levels. I'll just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like I got hooked.
Yeah.
I got hooked, and then we had a team, and it was fun, and those people there are just so fun.
What's the one thing about improv that you just love so much? A lot of improv.
Yes, and that your teammates have your back. That they have your back, that you can't fail, and no one's going to throw you under the bus.
Okay.
There's no sense of, there's no negativity on that stage. It's if you make a fool of yourself, your partner's going to come out and they're going to make a fool of themselves too, and they're gonna help you out if you're having a tough time.
Yeah.
So teamwork.
I like that.
Teamwork, absolutely, and just being there for your team members.
Yeah, I like that. But again, the net is them, and you guys are working as one. I bet.
Yeah.
That's basically right.
Yeah.
Working as one. I like that. Now, you have a lot of credits, but we won't go to all of them, of course. Only some of the ones I want to talk about. And one I do want to talk about is Bold and Beautiful. I do the soap shows here at AfterBuzz, and so you know that I'm also creating a Bold and Beautiful after show right now. I'm working on that right now.
Wow.
I'm a producer for that one. So you did Bold and Beautiful for a while. So tell me about that. I mean, how'd you get on there?
I think soaps are really great for actors to have experience on. Those sets move fast.
Yes, they do.
They move very fast. The actors there don't get enough credit because they have. I mean, the series regulars, they get the dialogue the next day. They have to be shooting it. They've one take. Normally you have so many takes. It's you have your close up, your mid shot, your reversal, and then you have multiple takes of each one.
Right.
There are 3 cameras going when you're on a soap set, and you get one chance. And they got all angles, so we're moving on.
Right.
And you have to be on all the time, and they move super fast. They don't have time to waste.
How did you? You got lines after a while.
Yeah.
How did you handle that?
Fine. I mean, it was. I was ready for it.
Okay.
I was excited and ready for it, and everyone was really nice and supportive.
Okay.
So it was a good experience. But I definitely think that they need to get some credit. I think.
I agree with you. I mean, soap actors get so much crap. It's like, soap actors.
Yeah.
But they have to learn so many pages of dialogue. Like, as an actor, we know what the average page of dialogue for like a primetime movie is, or a movie, and how much they may shoot 2 pages, and that's like a month. They shoot 2 pages on a movie, 2
exactly.
pages. But these things are just like, okay, 80 pages, they got 60 pages, 40
they move
pages.
So fast, and they're shooting every day. Like it's amazing.
I know.
I mean, it's an amazing set to be around. But
and how did that Bold and Beautiful get to you? How did that come to your orbit?
From the casting director.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah Torado, actually,
Sarah.
and Christy Dooley. They are great.
Yeah.
Sarah's now a good friend of mine. She's really. She just came to my premiere on Saturday night.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really great. And she just called me in and gave me an opportunity. I think that's really nice. I think you always remember the first person that really gives you an opportunity.
Yes, you do.
And I'll be grateful for her for that.
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Yeah, you never get your first.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I mean, did I say it like that?
James.
I know, it's like you never get your first. Like,
tell me about it. I want to hear that story.
That would be Spotlight on After Dark.
Okay, we'll save it.
I'll save it a little different. But no, it's really cool. I like to help my friends out too sometimes, where people I meet and go, oh, you have talent. Come on in. Give you a chance.
That's what I loved about making a film.
Yes.
is that the people I know who are so talented and don't necessarily get a shot, I get to bring them on board.
Yeah,
You know?
people don't understand. I mean, there are thousands of actors.
Yeah.
Or people who call themselves actors in this
there's
business.
a difference.
And so there's like, so I mean, it's like, you know, you're doing it. Girl, I mean, you're totally doing it.
It's a tough career.
It is tough.
But you know what? It's the best. If you love it, if your heart's in it for the right reasons, then it is so fulfilling when it goes well. You know, it can be tough. You have to have thick skin, that's for sure. But
Yes.
but if there's nothing else you love more and you have to do it, like it is for me, then it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
But if there's something you like more, go do that.
I agree. Well, you said something earlier that's I always say this about feeding yourself, and I mean that spiritually, mentally. You feed yourself, and if you're doing something that's not feeding you, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely.
Completely. Even if you don't realize it, you are. Because once you get out of it, you're like, why did I do that job for 10 years? I mean, everything happens for a reason, but like, when you're like, now I'm doing what I want to do. Like right now, I'm doing what I want to do now. I'm like,
See, that's
why
so
did I do
great.
this sooner? Like,
But how nice is it to wake up in the morning and be happy about going to
Yes.
work? Like I don't think there's any other job in the world that I'd wake up at like 4 a.m. and get into hair and makeup for 4 hours, you know, and be excited about it,
Yes.
you know, and work for 15 hours straight and be ready to do it the next day
Yeah.
all over again.
Right.
I can't think of any other job that I would want.
Same here. I live and breathe this, and I do the booking, I produce, I write, I this, and I'm like, it's so. I wake up, my day is different every day.
Isn't that the best?
It is, and I didn't know it could be that way because I was taught you grow up, you get married, get a job, you stay in a job till retirement, you retire, and then you travel.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught. And it's like I didn't realize you can actually have a life in between there
Absolutely.
of what you want to do.
Yeah, it's not black and white. There's a whole array of colors and
There
in
is,
between.
and I just see. So now with your acting, how do you remember lines? What's your techniques of how you kind of get through the acting process?
Not to like pat myself on the back.
Pat, girl, pat it.
But I have a good memory with lines.
You do, okay.
I think if you put the work in as an actor and they have meaning for you, then they'll come naturally. And if
Okay.
you're listening to your partner, you will have a reason for those words. So to me, it's making sure I have a reason for my words, for my lines, because then there's nothing else I would say.
I like that. I like that.
If that makes sense.
That completely makes sense. Well, I'm going to ask you on top of that, so do you learn your whole scene? Like, do you learn their lines too?
I usually know both.
I'm saying you know both, so that helps you listen to them when they talk to you.
I usually know both, and like just because I can't help it because I
Okay.
remember it.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't want to know. It's nice to sometimes forget too because then you're genuinely surprised.
Then you're in it. You're in it,
yeah. But yeah, I usually just because I remember quickly, I remember both.
And you've always had this kind of this quick memory, just kind of.
I have a terrible memory actually
Oh, how
when
funny.
it comes to everything else.
What'd you have for breakfast?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Got it.
I could tell you that because I eat the same thing for breakfast every single day. But I have such a bad memory. It's terrible about my own life. I have to ask my best friend questions about my life because I can't remember. And thank God for videos. My mom videotaped everything. That's how I remember things.
How funny.
Yeah, I'm not good with that. But my lines, I think
got 'em.
I always say I think my head is filled with all the characters' lives that I've lived. And there's almost no more room for my own.
That makes sense.
I have
totally makes
so many
sense.
memories of all the characters that I've lived.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not. Actually, I can kind of agree with that because, like I said, I'm an organizer by trade, and like
Which is amazing.
I love doing it. It's my second career. I love doing that. My own business, and I love doing it. But a lot of times, I have all the techniques and things down in my brain. But yeah, what I had for lunch yesterday, I probably couldn't tell you.
I can't tell you stuff like that. No.
It's too full.
But you know why? Do you want to know why? Because I'm living in the present.
Me too.
That's why.
That's right.
That's going to be my excuse from now on. I just
Memories
thought
are
of that.
too.
People are like, do you remember that? No, but that's because I don't. I focus on the now.
Yeah,
and then you're going to sound really
already.
deep. You'll sound really deep when you tell people
no,
that.
jet you.
Yeah, I think
Jet
that's what I'm going to do now.
Living in the now.
Instead of saying I have terrible memory, just be like, no, I'm just focused on the present. Actually.
That's right. Well, that was yesterday. That was 2 days ago. We're past that already.
Exactly.
Now, you've done stage, so. What's the difference for you between stage and then and TV and film? Like, is there a difference for you? Or is it all just basically acting?
It's funny. There are classes like acting for stage,
Yes,
acting
exactly.
for television, acting for film.
I see them.
Yeah, and to each his own. That's great. For me, acting is acting. Yeah, there are definitely things that you need to know film-wise when you're on a set. you need to know terminology and things that are going to be different than on stage, and just how it runs and how marks work and things. There's definitely differences in that regard. But when it comes to the work I put into a role,
the same, right?
The same.
Yeah.
I mean, volume's also different.
I was saying that's one thing I was saying. There is the volume issue.
There's no back row you have to reach.
Project you.
Yeah, exactly. But
like, James, slow down. You're a little loud over there. I'm like, I'm on set. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Push the boys way back there.
Yeah, the poor sound guy.
Yes,
I hear you. Yeah.
I got a deep voice today. I know my voice.
Sound guys are the best, and sometimes I forget my mic is on and I'm talking and I'm just like, they're hearing everything I'm saying. These guys, God,
they are the best. Actually,
they're the best. But yeah, that to me is personally, I kind of approach it in the same way. There's going to be technical difficulties, technical differences.
Yes, we got it.
And technical
difficulties
too.
So nice too.
Yeah, sometimes like lights don't work and things happen.
Things that happen, right? Well, because it's live. So theater's live, so there's times when I'm sure things go down.
Like right now when I said technical difficulties instead of technical differences.
Exactly.
So live, that's what happened. But overall, as an actor, I think I approach it pretty similarly.
Same.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Now, I like to give people their dreams, of course, and I always believe in saying out loud to the universe, because is there an actor or actress you would love to work with?
That's a really good question, and I'm so bad at making decisions that there's so many. It depends what it is. I think it'd be so fun to work with people like Rebel Wilson and Tina Fey and Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill, just because on set would be so much fun.
Yes.
But then as an more dramatic actor, I would love to work with actors like Bryan Cranston and Jake Gyllenhaal and Jared Leto, Jon Voight. I mean, I could keep going for days. Jessica Chastain.
Oh yeah, she's good.
There's so many.
I see you, Melissa Leo. I have a feeling I see there. Melissa Leo is so good.
Yeah. Also, Melissa Leo, great, and Leo.
And Leo,
Leonardo DiCaprio,
obviously.
Is
who is somebody that is so? For me, I realized I woke up one day and I was like, I like almost every film he's been in. Like, honestly, so quietly that I didn't realize that I liked all his movies.
I saw, I think it's one of the first movies I remember really changing my mentality and really loving was What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah, he was good in that.
And I was so blown away. I was young when I saw that movie. And
he was young too.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? This is amazing, and I want to do that. Wow. I was so blown away by his performance. So I've loved him forever. I love everything
Catch
he
If You
does.
Can, great
everything.
film.
Even Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly.
The music in that movie is amazing. I still have the soundtrack on my phone now.
I
used to be on a CD.
I have it on CD.
It was an orange and black CD. I know.
I have it.
And now I still listen to it. So,
Yeah. But no, I mean, he's just somebody. I woke up one day. I was like, I really do like him. Every time you mention a film, I'm like, well, I liked him in that.
Yeah.
Liked him in that.
Everything can't go wrong.
So it's funny you say that. But yeah, so there's folks she wants to work with. You got to work with her.
There's a lot of you guys out there.
You know who you remind me of a little bit, looks wise? Rashida Jones. Do you ever get that?
No, actually.
I can't see it.
I know what you mean, though.
She's an Angie Tribeca, and her hair's kind of like
the bangs.
Yours. Yes.
The bang situation.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. I only recently cut them.
Oh, really?
Like 2 weeks ago. So if you watch my film, I don't have bangs, but it's still me. I swear it's still me.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Do you look really different though
I
in
look
the film?
so different.
Oh, really? How funny.
I think I do.
Wait, no hair could be
It makes a big difference.
Yes.
I think it does. I'm getting used to it, but comedically it works.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I used to have long hair.
You did? How long?
I had long blonde hair at one point.
Stop it.
I had it down to here. I posted a picture on Twitter.
I need to see after? Can I please see that picture?
I'll send you a picture of it.
Can you just post it at the end of my interview for everyone to see? Just a still image. Because
I won't do that, but what I will do is I will do it on Twitter because we're friends on Twitter.
Okay,
I
perfect. I want to make sure I see that.
Like, that's you, James? Like, yes, it's me.
I want to see that. Absolutely.
It's beautiful. My long, luxurious locks.
Yeah, what was that like?
It was fun.
Just like flow in the wind.
I did. I used to love being in cars.
Were there fans everywhere around
I'm Beyonce.
Always?
Where's my fan machine?
Fabio.
Where's my fan machine? Fabio, exactly. I loved it. I loved it so much. So you said the next project you're working on, kind of producing something now. You're looking through scripts, screenplays, and like that. Do you have anything else that's coming up that's going on for you? Or
to me, that's like what my next project is. I'm focusing on what the next.
Got it.
What the next
you're
is.
You're gonna be a big time producer. I see it.
Thank you.
I see it.
Thank you.
Like you're gonna be an actress and everything too, but I feel like you're gonna be one of those people who's gonna be creating her own stuff and being involved in some big things.
I hope so. That would be great. That would be wonderful.
What is one piece of advice that people have that someone has told you that really has served you well in this career?
That's a really great question.
Well, I'm sure you get things all the time.
There's so many. Honestly, there's a lot.
I always say stuff, but
I feel like this is so simple, but just to have fun and play, like I talked about earlier. And just to me, just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. This is what it is. Enjoy every part of it. Enjoy the audition process, because that's what you're doing a lot of the time. And you got to love every part of the business.
And how is the audition process for you when you go in?
It used to be really scary.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Now it's much better. I love any opportunity that someone lets me play in their room. Honestly, it is an honor for me to be able to come and read and have some fun. So I enjoy it.
Great way of looking at it. Really.
Yeah, I enjoy. I think that when I had that perspective shift, it made it better. Instead of being so nervous. And also, I think here's something that someone told me recently that I love. You're not a small person. You might be, like in terms of credits compared to some people, you might be a smaller actor, but you're never a small person. Yeah. And so to me, that was really, that meant a lot, because you have to give yourself self-worth and know that you're good enough. I belong here. Message. I do belong here. There's a place for me.
Especially if you know you've done the work.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know you've done the work.
And the work, that's enough. There's so many, I've learned so much, but the work is so important. The work is so important. It really is. If you want quality, and enjoy the work. And that's the fun part about being an actor, is enjoying the work, actually. And that's what my acting coach told me recently, is to enjoy the process of creating the life. You get a script and you're like, oh, I have to spend all this time on it. Oh my God. But no, that's why I'm in this career, because I like doing that. I like make believe. I like using experiences and then using imagination, and just remembering always reminding myself that to love it.
Yes.
To enjoy and love every step of it. Not just when you book and you're on set and you feel fancy. Right. But when you're not getting any phone calls and you just want to.
It happens.
Yeah, because it's a very much a roller coaster, this career. And so to enjoy every part of the process.
I know for a while, for me, I just started writing. Like you said, I just started writing things. I created a web series, was kind of doing my own, because I'm like, nothing's really happening. So like I work it out, you got to do something. I was still creative, so you're still being creative.
You have to get it out somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, I play the piano, so sometimes it's like nothing else is working. I just need to sit down for a second and play some Beethoven or something.
I saw a piano the other day. It was an old piano for like $300. I want a piano.
You should get one.
I play a little
you
bit.
play?
Yeah,
get one.
I want to get one. I'm talking about, where can I put it? I think I have a spot for it.
In the middle of your room. It's just make it part of the furniture. It's it's a talking piece. It's a conversation piece.
Yes, apparently. Like, just walk around the piano.
It's meant to be there. It's meant to be there.
No, I think I have a wall. I think they would fit on. But I saw it and I was like, I didn't get it at the time because I wasn't sure.
What color?
It was brown. And I forgot what the brand was. It wasn't Steinway or like that, but it was like, I'll take it. But it was really cute, and it looked like it was old. The design of the base of it and everything was really old. It
probably was.
So I was like, I didn't do it. So at some point I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at some point.
You know what? It's going to be okay. I can tell you're traumatized by this.
A little bit. I am a little bit traumatized
by it. And I believe in you. I believe in you.
Am I going to get through it all?
I believe if you envision that piano in your life, just put that in the universe. It will come true.
I agree with that. Actually, I do agree. I know you're being funny. I do agree with that.
Just put the message out there. I want a piano. I want a
piano.
Some guy on the street's gonna come up to you. Hey, man, I'm giving away this piano.
Yeah, I know. Like, my fans out there. I'm like, well, you give me a piano, I'll take it. Sure. Not a Casio keyboard. I had one of those in the 80s. But I'm talking about
the real
piano,
thing.
A real piano. Real piano. You're so great.
Thanks
for being. So I tell me, we got 45 minutes.
Wait, what? No.
Yes.
I want to keep talking to you.
What else do you want to talk about? What else is going on? What else is going on in your life? What's going on for you? How do you navigate Los Angeles?
I barely. I'm from here, and I can't get anywhere. You want to know how I navigate it? I navigate it from Waze. You're welcome. #Waze. Okay. That's how I navigate.
Does it really work? Does it really tell you the traffic? And
except for like the random times it makes you go left on a really busy street, like a major street. Other than that, yes, it really works.
Yeah.
And the time is always right.
It is? Okay.
It always
is
right.
Okay.
I can go somewhere 10 times and still not know how to get there. I don't even know how to get home. I'm just... And I'm from here. It's embarrassing.
That's so funny.
It's embarrassing.
Because
yeah.
Waze, I mean, I don't have Waze, but a friend of mine had it, and I was just like, well, let's try it. It literally made us turn on Olympic at like 5 in the afternoon. I'm like, this is Olympic Boulevard on a 5 in the afternoon on a Monday.
Yeah.
It was crazy talk.
I know. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I was like, why make us do that? I can tell you 5 other ways to go at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. I use Waze or I call my husband.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
How do I get here? So how supportive is he of your
oh my
career?
God, that is a good question.
Yeah. It's tough to be married to an actor.
Can I tell you here, honest talk for a second?
Please, let's do it, girl.
I don't always bring it up because I play young, and I am young. I got married very young.
Okay, yeah.
And so sometimes people hear I'm married and they go, oh, well, now you're not as young as I thought you were.
Oh,
but
how
I got
funny.
married young.
People get married young.
Yeah, exactly. But I honestly, I'm sick of not bringing him up because he is so supportive.
Bring him up.
Honestly, I was sitting here going, if I want to talk about something, I want to just bring him up because I never get to.
Yes, we get you on my show. You can do whatever you want.
Honestly, he has been my rock through everything. Yeah. He was with me when I was working at Southern California Edison.
Oh, funny.
And he told me to go follow my dream. And it's so nice. It's so special to have somebody who believes in you that much when you don't always believe in yourself.
And you guys are true. You feel like you guys are a true partnership.
Oh yeah, we grew up together. We've known each other since we were little kids.
Oh my, how cute is that?
Yeah, our parents are friends. We did Thanksgiving growing up together every year.
This is an arranged marriage.
I'd say I was brainwashed by his mother sometimes.
Yes, like that. Yes,
but
how
it worked.
Cute is that?
She was successful. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm really fortunate. I have a great support system around me. I don't take it for granted one second. My family.
The village.
I have a great village surrounding me.
I say it all the time. I love it, the village.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cute. Well, hubby, you have a great wife. She's great.
Oh, thanks.
She's got a good head on her shoulders, which we need that in this town. Trust me, because this town could eat you alive and spit you out.
Yeah.
We know that.
It does.
And it can really bring you down.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know another lesson?
Yes. Tell me.
Have something to do after an audition.
Okay.
Have something fun to do after an audition.
Okay.
Because sometimes you leave and you feel like bad about it, and you're just kind of thinking about it for so long. Definitely think about it for a minute. Journal if you need to.
Yeah.
Really think about what you did well, what you want to do better next time. But then go do something good for yourself.
Oh, I like that.
That makes you just be happy. Something that makes you happy.
That's so funny.
Because it can bring you down if you don't feel good enough.
Makes sense.
Do something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Whether it's yoga or painting or
I love yoga.
Eating.
I love painting
Maybe
too.
eating.
Well, I love eating too.
Maybe frozen yogurt. That makes me feel better.
Yogurtland.
Yeah, Yogurtland is the best.
It's the best. Oh my God, it's
the best.
Yeah.
I think it's like addiction.
No, it is. It's crack.
I really
mean,
do.
when you press down, it's crack coming in there.
I know.
Flavored crack.
I notice though, because when I don't eat it for a while, then I don't crave it. But when I eat it, then I want it every day.
Same here.
It's
here.
crazy.
And they're opening up all over the place now. Now they're everywhere.
I know.
When I first started going, it was just like La Brea and 3rd. Now they're everywhere.
It's a block from my house.
Yours
I need to
really
move.
Close. Yours is really close. At least I could get a car to get to mine, but I mean,
at the end of the day, we're like, which one of us is getting it? Like, we're obviously getting it. It's just who's going.
Oh, we would love a Yogurtland. I love it. That's why
I know. We'll have to get Yogurland.
Yes, let's get Yogurland.
I'll bring you Yogurland.
Thank you. I love that.
Or pastrami.
That sounds good too. I'm like, for your parents' deli. I'm like, where's that deli again?
Factor's famous deli.
Wait a minute, they've heard of that.
Yeah, on Pico and Beverly Drive.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know where that is.
Let's go.
Oh my God,
let's go right now.
Oh, that's so fun. I wish I could have another interview later. I wish I could. I know where that is exactly.
Well, we should go.
Yes, we should
and everyone should go.
Yes, everyone should go there. Support the family in business. We'll have to have a date and go out there.
Because it's just good.
Yeah, I love deli food. My mother's they're from New York, so deli food is something I just kind of grew up on. I love deli food. Oh my God, girls, this is great.
This was so much fun.
Thank you for coming in.
I was really a little bit nervous, to be honest, and you're just awesome.
Oh, thank you. So you're in good hands.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So now tell folks again where they can find you in the film.
So now I'm allowed to look at camera?
Yes, you can look at that camera now.
I'm so afraid to look at a camera lens. People are like, don't ever look at the camera. So I'm traumatized. I'm looking at you, camera.
Yes.
Okay. And it's okay. I'm at Amanda Markowitz. They're playing the music, kicking me out.
No.
At Amanda Markowitz. It's like I'm accepting an award speech. I get it. Okay. At Amanda Markowitz, at Love Meet Hope. On everything.
And also, I put her on my pages, and I'll put more on my pages for the movie and her, so you can follow her on there. I mean, follow me at James Lott Jr. on everything except for Twitter. I'm Black Hope LA. Thank you for watching Spotlight On with Amanda Markowitz, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.